Good evening. I'm Elisa Waylu. I'm one of the pastors here at the church, and it is truly an honor for us at FUMCOG, as we call this place, to begin a formal partnership with Beacon, as this will be the first time that they will be on the stage. Yay! We're excited. Every time we gather in this space, we say that no matter where you've come from, and no matter where you're going, no matter what you believe or doubt, no matter what you're feeling or just not feeling, no matter what you have or don't have, and no matter who you love, all of who you are is invited into this time together, and we're so glad you're here. Last year in worship, which of course all are welcome to that at 11 on Sundays, but Terri Lyons, the playwright and actor extraordinaire we're going to be blessed by today, came and gave us a preview of this work last Dr. Martin Luther King Day. So I have literally been waiting about 14 months to see it. I'm so excited. So I will not delay you anymore before introducing Lou, except to say that we do welcome you back anytime, and there are some flyers in the back. We'll be having a community Easter egg hunt and party on Sunday, March 24th from 3 to 5, and we would love for you to invite children, grandchildren, neighbors. Come. Now on that note, I want to invite Lou. I know her as Lou Hamer, but she is actually known as Lou. Lois Afro Americans. I go by Lo. That's okay. And she is the new board chair of Beacon Theater, and we are so thrilled to have her lead us into the night. Thank you.
So much for being here. Beacon Theater's, their whole mission is to reach emerging audiences through accessible, affordable theater that uses critical moments of the past to show a better way for a more equitable future. Your donations and your support allow for this kind of beautiful work to be done, so thank you so much in advance. I just wanted to also let you know that our next production is Head Chef Suit, which is the true story of a real live true story of a female pharaoh who was actually literally erased from history. So we would love for you to join us for that. That will be the first 2 weekends of April, and then it will be in 6 different locations throughout Philadelphia, including this church. So we're really excited to be back here. Please follow us on Beacon, sign up for their mailing, or sign up on the listserv on their website so you can get all the updates. And now, without further ado, I would love to introduce Terri Night Owl Lyons, who is the playwright of When the Truth Comes Out. Terri.
Thank you all for being here this evening. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here with me. We got a nasty virus going around out here, and it has affected one of our cast members who suddenly and bravely fell ill at the last minute. Thanks be to God. I got an understudy. So we want to lift up our sister Leslie Hamilton as she heals. And we want to welcome and encourage and support Felicia Crespin, who will be the understudy for the character of Pauli Murray. All right. So are you ready?
Yes.
I'm taking y'all back to 1972 now.
All right.
And here I am. I got one question for you. Am I black enough for you? It is 1972, and I'm going to tell you, it is really something going on. We got this Vietnam War that just won't end. We got Nixon out here in the White House telling all those lies.
Yeah.
Black folks finally made it to the silver screen. Yeah, we got Sanford and Son. Haven't you seen it?
Yeah.
Flip Wilson. We got Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids. And then we hit the silver screen. Yeah, we hit the silver screen with Shaq Superfly across 110th Street with a bad soundtrack to go along with it. We making the top 10. Even white folks getting their groove on. That had never happened before. It is 1972, and women are getting credit in their own name. That had never happened before. Woman can stand on her own 2 feet. She can rent her apartment and do her own thing. We had free love. Well, we won't go there just yet. But we all had a good time. And when the times got tight and it was a little bit too much, we had Saturday night at the disco. We went to the disco. And we were turning and twirling and looking bad. We put down the Dixie Peach in the hot comb and got us a blowout kick. It's 1972, but the reason why I'm here tonight is to tell you that word on the street is that these 5 women from the Civil Rights Movement just got a beautiful Lifetime Achievement Award at the Palatial Plaza in New York City. They are now on their way to the after party. You know how it is at the after party. That's when all the truth comes out. You know what I'm saying? So ladies and gentlemen, why don't you join me in 1972 at the Palatial Plaza after party as we listen to When the Truth Comes Out.
God put a rainbow in the sky. God put a rainbow in the sky. When it looked like the sun would not shine anymore. God put a rainbow in the sky. If you disrespect anybody that you run into,
Go ahead, girl.
how in the world do you think anybody's supposed to respect you?
Hey, check it out. If you don't give a heck about the man with the Bible in his hand.
Oh yeah, just get out the way, let the gentleman do his thing. Respect yourself.
Da, 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 da.
Respect yourself.
Da, 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 da.
What you think, Marsha?
I think it looks good. You know what? I am so glad we're going to work together again this year, Kenya. I mean, you know what to do. You got yourself together.
Hey, I don't have time to be playing around. You know what I mean? I'm glad I got this gig again. I really need the bread for books this year.
Now, look, I need some greens in my jeans, too, okay? My little buggy's getting tired. I need to save up to get a new car.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I'm looking forward to my very own short one day. So, Marsha, I heard there's a big carrying on tonight for some sisters.
Yeah, girl. Lifetime Achievement Award for several Black women from the Civil Rights Movement.
Say what?
Yep.
Really?
Yep. Take a look in that ballroom when you get a chance. I mean, it is something else.
Oh, I believe you. I can smell the Royal Copenhagen and juice stew all the way over here. Wow. Never thought I'd be working at Palatial Palace. You know, I've never been here before.
Well, I mean, they're just now starting to let us in. You know, for a long time, even Jewish people weren't allowed in here.
Say what? Well, I guess all that marching and bleeding did some good. I wonder how many of them out there tonight really care or even know about what's going on in the streets.
Kenya, don't start.
Hey, ain't gonna let bougie get the best of me. I'm just saying, we have guns and gangs and dope, hungry babies and fat cat drug pushers.
Look, you're going to be one of the best lawyers in the country someday, okay? I just know it. Maybe you're going to be the one that makes a difference.
Yeah, I know. But how many people will die before I get there?
Oh my gosh, Kay, not everybody is dying. Okay, come on, it is 1972. Look around, a lot of people are thriving, reaching new heights, like us.
What you mean, like us? You need to know that a lot of people are still blowing smoke and tear gas from their nose. We're from the uprising that happened a few years back, and things haven't gotten any better.
Well, they just need to have more police to keep things under control.
I can't believe you just said that. It's the police we're trying to keep under control. Look at here. We gotta survive under the pressure of no money, no jobs, hardly any food, funky, dirty apartments run by funky, dirty landlords. Dope is all over the place. The police will grab anybody up and bust their head wide open. Now there's some 1972 for you.
Okay, well, I get the pain, I really do, but I don't understand how burning up your neighborhood is supposed to make things better. Come on now, really? How are drug wars supposed to solve anything?
You obviously haven't been hungry enough or broke enough to understand. All we want is decency. A decent wage job, a decent place to live, and decent schools. You sound as bad as white folk.
I think you need to back up on that. See, I have friends, and my parents have friends who have worked hard and who have degrees. Okay, they have the skills and the experience, and they still don't get the job, or the promotion, or even the same pay because they're black. Yes, they argue about it, but they're not out there in the streets shooting up their neighborhoods, no. They sit down, they get organized, and they build a plan.
Damn, Marsha. We even had to fight at my HBCU to break down some of that bougie culture they had for years. They so scared of making white folks mad and losing state money. We had to go on strike to get an African studies department.
Exactly. You didn't burn up your school trying to do it, did you?
Damn it.
All right, you know what? I want to look at it this way. It's that same university that's going to afford you a middle-class life, and then you can move away from all the drugs and the violence that plague you so much.
Can't forget the suffering that I leave behind. Oh, bless your heart. I don't know what I'm going to do with you.
Don't patronize me, okay? Look, I may not have walked your mile. I have struggles of my own.
Oh, yeah? Like what? Now this I've got to hear.
No, it'll have to wait. We have a wonderful night ahead of us.
Yeah, wonderful night ahead. They so uptight they can't say peas for the pod. Oh, do they say potato or potato?
Will you stop it? Come on now, fix your face. You're looking a bit funky. All right, you need to remember to smile. We're here to serve the toast of New York, and you never know who you're going to meet.
Oh, don't look now. They're on a slow walk coming down the hallway.
Oh, yes, they are. Okay, it's showtime, so, put a little pep in your step.
Me a little dip in my head.
Oh, I like that. A little glide in your stride. If you're walking around thinking that the world owes you something 'cause you're here,
You're going out the world backwards like you did when you first come here.
yes, you are. All right, look, I'll catch up with you in just a minute, okay?
God put a rainbow in the sky. God put a rainbow in the sky. When it looked like the sun would not shine anymore. God put a rainbow in the sky.
I am Joann Robinson.
I am Daisy Bates.
Hello there. Good evening, ladies, and congratulations. My name is Marsha, and I'll be your hostess.
Pleasure to meet you, Marsha. My name is Joann Robinson, Queen of the Mimeograph Machine.
Delighted, Miss Marsha. I'm Daisy Bates, mother of the Little Rock Nine and a whole lot more.
I am so honored to meet you, ladies. Please, make yourselves comfortable.
Don't mind if I do.
Hey.
Put the jacket on. Woo-hoo, Joann. I am so glad we have this here lounge to ourselves, girl. Now we can really talk. I kicked these shoes off, but my feet were going to just fall off my ankles, girl. So tell me, Joann, what do you think about tonight?
I mean, I thought it was wonderful. I was pleasantly surprised at all the young people out here tonight. By the way, Daisy, I love your hair. What African beauty you wear tonight.
Well, thank you, Joann. I must say I love your hair. Look at these curls here. How do you do that?
You mean my gray hair. Anyway, we do have to talk. That speech?
Oh, girl, I had to remind them that I was there to comfort our children when hatred tried to kill them. I faced death when hatred tried to kill me. Our children were beaten, something awful, just trying to go to school. But together, we made a difference for every child that wants an education. And this gathering, this feels like a family reunion. Celebrating these battle scars in fine fashion, right? I still feel like after all we've been through and all we've done, we still have to be so careful.
I know what you mean, Daisy. I mean, after that struggle I had with the boycott, I mean, I was still under the radar in Alabama. I had to pack it up and move to California.
Is that so? You know, before tonight, I didn't think we were even appreciated or noticed. Everybody's so black and proud nowadays, but it seemed like they've forgotten all about us. But you know, I heard what you said.
You heard what I said.
Oh, I heard what you said.
So you heard when I said that black folks was fed up with Jim Crow and we wasn't gonna take it no more.
They heard you out there too.
So you heard when I said that women were the ones who started the movement. One day turned into 1 year, one step at a time. And those of us have been born and live in color ever since.
Oh yes, they heard you all the way in the back too. Sing a lot for it.
You know what's so crazy? After all that, I still think they forgot about it. I bet there's what? A handful of people we could count out here that even ever heard of our names.
They need to know if it wasn't for us, they might still be colored and riding in the back of the bus.
You better hurry up and believe it.
I am Pauli Murray.
Pauli, is that you? How you doing, Pauli?
See where you were. We were praised tonight, weren't we?
Yes, ma'am.
Imagine me, Pauli Murray, being celebrated for grand poet, scholar, and priest.
Oh, yeah.
Pauli, you shut them up.
I did, didn't I?
Yes, indeed. And I was just telling Miss Daisy how pleasantly surprised I was at all the young people out here tonight.
Oh, yes, and I was thrilled to meet the daughter of one of my very own little rock 9 students.
You know, I am glad these young women are taking their future seriously. I hope and I pray that they don't go through what we had to go through, just trying to live a decent life in this world.
That is the truth. We wore out shoes and sidewalks just to get a little bit of dignity.
I was rejected all day long. The key is, ladies, we never gave up.
That's right. And now here they come. News crew all over the place. Did you two see that anchor man from the ZXY News?
Yes, I sure did. Filming all over the room. I think they got me.
Oh, did you get your good side?
They want personal interviews with each and every one of us.
Oh.
Personal interviews? America's gonna have colored folks on TV, y'all. Oh, watch out, 11 o'clock news. Here we come.
We've come a long way from Amos and Andy.
Get your nosy stuff over here and help me get these hush puppies going. Come on, after I get the catfish and the chicken wings done.
I was just finding out who those ladies were. People sure made a fuss over them tonight. Never heard of most of them.
You mean you, Kenya, have never heard of Daisy Bates?
I would like to know why some sisters from the Panther Party ain't here.
Oh yeah, like who?
What do you mean, like who? Oh, excuse me, Sister Debutante. Guess you never heard of them.
No. Don't talk to me like that. Just because I attend Ivy League University doesn't mean that I don't know what's going on in Revolution. I just don't remember all their names, that's all.
Well, if you attended an HBCU, you know what the Panther Sisters are putting down. But, wait, you never heard of these women here either? Tell me, Marsha, what do you know about what's going on?
I know you better not let that catfish burn. And I know enough to know that Daisy Bates worked with high school students to help them get through the madness of future. But you know what? It's amazing those kids learned anything at all that year, much less graduated.
Yeah. Little Rock Night, right?
Mhm.
I heard my mother talk about that. But I never heard of Joann Robinson. And who was that? Paula?
Pauli. And then I never heard of her either. What'd she get to work for?
Oh! Call me nosy a minute ago. Now you're the one asking questions.
You know what? Just forget about it. Let's just make sure all the food is hot and ready at the same time.
All right, already. I'm surprised they eat fried food. Oh, I bet they secret chitlin lovers.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take care of the cobblers. We still have time. It's so bossy.
Okay, you know what? I was kind of wondering about that chitlin thing too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Ella Baker.
Woo, Miss Ella. How are you doing?
Hello, baby. Hello.
See you, Miss Ella.
Hi.
So good to see you. That was hard. Oh, we had a good time tonight. Did you hear what they said?
What they say?
Did you hear what they said about me? They said that I am not seen on the screen because I'm too busy getting down with the young crowd.
Is that what they said?
That's what they said.
Okay.
I
We heard what you
had to
said.
tell these people. I had to tell these people that you got to get over yourself. It's not about showboating and rubbing elbows with all those such and much people. No. You got to come down off of that and reach the people that need to be reached. That's the only way we're going to get something done up in here, I'm telling you.
Amen to that. You know, you always were something else, Miss Helen. Now, think about it, they all want to take pictures with us.
I mean, these pictures are nice and all, but I'm still thinking about what you said. They think about how no matter what happens, we still have to be careful. Yeah, we do, Joann. Look, I've been blacklisted for telling the truth. And everybody who supported me was blacklisted too. And even though it was a long time ago, the feeling never left me.
Ooh, I know what you mean. You know what? We don't know who was out there taking notes tonight. And if it ain't being blacklisted by white folks, it's getting a hard time from our own people.
Don't we know it? Ladies, we are survivors.
Yes.
I can't say thought I would ever see the day we'd all be in the same room together.
Yeah, that's the truth. And you know what, Daisy, I'm so glad you could make it tonight.
I'm so glad to be here, Miss Ellen.
Yes.
You know, after I had this stroke, I returned home to Arkansas, where I recovered enough that I was able to get back to my community work and start my newspaper up again.
Well, thank the Lord for that.
Oh, that's wonderful, Daisy. I know you're going to write a big piece about tonight. But being out there gave me some serious flashbacks. You know, Joann, sometimes I still be mad. I remember when I was denied admission to the University of North Carolina because I was a Negro. Later, I was denied admission to Harvard University because I was a woman.
And never win.
I know exactly what you mean. I mean, the bus ride got me. Did I ever tell y'all? I thought this bus driver was going to hit me for sitting in the white section, get this, of an empty bus.
Me, I started off hating white people. Every last one of them.
Well, now hold on, Daisy. Now, we can't let ourselves get that low. And no matter what.
No. But you see, Miss Ellen, you don't understand. My mother was raped and murdered by 3 white men when I was just an infant in the cradle. And my daddy Hezekiah, I don't even think he stayed for the funeral.
Oh.
It wasn't for my mother's friends, I don't know who would have raised me. And get this, I was only 8 years old when I found out what happened to her. And those 3 white men, they were never convicted.
Oh my, you know what? That happened to a lot of people. It did. And nothing was ever done about it.
You know, I lost my mother when I was young.
Yeah.
Brain hemorrhage. Later, my father was killed by a white guard in a mental hospital. My aunt and my grandparents had to raise me, and I really understand that pain. It's something that never leaves you.
It sure doesn't, Paula. You know, my adoptive daddy, he used to tell me, Daisy, don't hate white people just because they're white. If you're gonna hate, make it count for something. Hate the humiliations we are living under in the South. Hate the discriminations that eats away at the soul of every black man, woman, and child.
Yes.
Hate the insults hurled at us by white scum. And then make your hate count for something, or it won't spell a thing.
Amen.
I mean, I hated white people too, one stage. But your father was absolutely right. I mean, I know that's why we're all here tonight.
Yes.
We spent our entire lives fighting hatred. But it is so hard to understand that when you're just young and upset.
Yes. Yes, it is. But there is a silver lining. I gotta tell y'all something. It puts me in mind of, I gotta stand up and let y'all know this one. But see, my knees are working good today. Put me in mind of a story that my grandmother told me a long time ago. She got a terrible whip because she wouldn't marry this man that old Massa had chosen out for her. But guess what happened? Years later, my family come to own the same land that once enslaved them. Yes, sir.
Now that's what I call black power.
You know
Well, at least you had that. At times I felt taunted by my family and excluded.
Oh, you mean because of the way you lost your parents?
No. Some of my ancestors were abused by them slave owners. So we're all mixed up.
Yeah.
I was too dark-skinned at home because my family was color-struck, and I was too light-skinned at school because they thought that I was better than them. And stuck with Jim Crow all the day long. Then that back of the bus business motivated me to study law.
See, those are the dimensions of racism that nobody wants to talk about. Now, we know we get all of this grief from white folks. There's no news there. But then we get just as much grief from our own people. See? I can understand why you wasn't taking no mess off of that bus driver. But you know what, Pauli? That was just about the time stuff was starting to blow up all over the country. Yes, indeed.
After Rosa Parks was arrested,
Yes.
I started a one-day bus boycott down in Montgomery. I coordinated people who needed rides and people who had cars, and Pauli, if you was there, I would have done the same thing. Oh, Joann, I know you would have, when I was so far away in Virginia from you.
Now, when did all this happen, Pauli? I know you were there before Rosa, right?
Yeah.
It happened in Virginia in March 1940.
That's right.
They called me a honey-tongued legal mind because when they arrested me, they didn't even know I was a lawyer. Wait a minute, I didn't know you were a lawyer either. I figured it was the only way to have a good fight for civil rights. Negroes could get charged with anything from anybody and sentenced to death without a prayer for justice. I saw it happen to a sharecropper, Odell Waller. He was executed for murder.
I remember Odell Waller. And you know what? They kept our people quiet and afraid for far too long.
Everybody was getting fed up with everything. A change was long overdue. Joann, I have to know, how did you pull off getting all those flyers out? I didn't go to bed that night. I stayed up. I ran off that copier. I ran off that stencil. I ran off 35,000 copies.
Whoa, wait a minute. 3,500?
35,000. You heard me.
That's
35,000 copies. I didn't do it alone. I had help from some of my students and some of the women from the WPC came to help me out as well. Okay, but we stayed out. We have people meet at a certain time, a certain place to get the flyers out all over town, and we did it. And what else did I do? I made sure that the buses, I advocated that they stopped on the block of all of the black people, not just where the white people live. We have to get to work at school too.
That's right. That's right. You know, when you're fed up and you've had enough, you will stand up and make a move. You don't even need food or sleep.
And that's exactly how the idea of boycott started. Me and a few other women were so fed up with segregation. We have done everything. Yes. Yeah. We have been on a mission to knock the hell out of Jim Crow.
Yeah.
And after Rosa Parks got arrested, I mean, the whole thing just caught fire.
Ain't that something? See, ladies, that's how it happens.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, after Brown versus Board of Education, schools were still segregated. I got to work with Thurgood Marshall. I was president of the NAACP in Arkansas at the time. I worked with Marsha to get the ball rolling with the first 9 students to integrate Central High School.
Oh my Lord, I remember that. I remember that. You needed the 101st Airborne Infantry to get those babies in and out of that school in one piece. That's what you needed to do. It was shameful. Back in 57, well, it was just a few years later, the Greensboro boys, that's the ones that got me. Those Greensboro boys were starting something, and I had to go down to Greensboro. I got the first thing smoking and rolled down to Greensboro to support them. That's when SNCC was formed. It was, let me see, how might have been 1960. 1960.
Now, wait a minute, Miss Ella. I thought you were with Dr. King when he formed the SCLC.
I was. I was with this voter registration drive. What was it now? Crusade for Citizenship. That was it. Yeah. But you see, I left because those Greensboro boys were putting down, doing what needed to be done. It should have been done. My generation didn't have the nerve to do it. Theirs did.
What?
Yes, indeed.
What?
These are good.
What was SNCC? I can't remember.
Oh, yeah. SNCC. See, that student nonviolent coordinating committee. You all remember that? Yeah.
That's right. I remember now.
Yeah. Oh, child, they was a feisty bunch. They hooked up. It was just like the folks that we had out there tonight. It was all young people, college people.
Yeah.
Well, sir, they hooked up with this group, CORE. And the next thing I knew, SNCC and CORE got together and got themselves a freedom ride from Washington, D.C., clear down to New Orleans.
I got it.
That's what they did now. But you know, I was so afraid. I was afraid that this wasn't going to end well, because they blew up that bus down there in Addison, you know, but I thought that was the end of them. Yes, it was
I
something.
do remember CORE. It
Yes.
was the Congress of Racial Equality.
That's right.
Racial equality.
That's
Congress
right.
of Racial
We
Equality.
were all bombed and bruised in one way or another.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell y'all about the time the police threw rocks out my window and acid on my car?
They threw rocks in my window too and burned the cross on my lawn.
Yeah, well, we never knew when the Klan was going to pay us a visit.
I am Fannie Lou Hamer. Excuse me, miss. Can you tell me where the afterward is?
Right here. Are you Madam Hamer?
Go on and on. I'm the one who's sick and tired of being sick and tired.
And you're the reason why I can vote today. Well, welcome, congratulations, and right this way.
Ella, oh, Fannie! I was just asking somebody where you were. Lord, oh, good.
I'm doing just fine.
Now, did you see them young folks out there today? They all wanted the picture with me.
Yes, I did.
Oh, yeah. You got to get on good.
Come on over here. Have a seat right here. Fannie, you know everybody here, don't you?
Oh, just about.
But everybody, this here is Fannie Lou Hamer. Now, she was with me when I was with SNCC.
Oh,
See?
okay.
Yes, indeed. Now, Fannie, this is Pauli Murray. That they here, and this here is Joann Robinson, and there's Daisy Bates.
How you doing, Miss Harris?
Yes, indeed.
It's truly a pleasure to be with you ladies this evening. Now, we are some truly strip queens tonight.
Ain't it the truth? Glad you were here. I remember you. You went through it trying to register to vote. I read it We were just talking about the brutality we all went through back in the day.
Woo! Don't get me started. I was kicked off the plantation, thrown in jail. They beat me bloody because I wanted to go. To this day, I still have kidney and nerve damage.
I'm sorry, Fannie, but I had my time in jail too. At least the one sitting here right now, we can say we made it out alive.
Yes.
Me too. I went to jail long before Rosa Parks because I refused to pay the fine after refusing to move to the back of the bus.
I was arrested for refusing to turn over NAACP records.
What? I know I should know, but why? Why were you arrested for not turning over records?
Yes. Little Rock had a public disclosure requirement. They wanted me to turn over everything to do with NAACP members. I wouldn't dare do such a thing. That would have opened up the door to threats, harassment. People would have lost their jobs, maybe even their life.
You know,
Yeah.
I remember that was just about the same time Alabama outlawed the NAACP.
Oh.
Yes, oh child, please. Once that civil rights movement got good and hot, it put pressure on the South. See, that's what happened. So if you didn't do what you were told, I know you were suspected of being a communist.
Miss Ella, I was suspected of being a lot of things. After my involvement with the Little Rock Nine, advertisers pulled their accounts from my newspaper, Arkansas State Press, took my livelihood, my dream, years of blood, sweat, and tears, just down the drain. Nobody would buy my paper. And eventually, I lost my business.
Got those questions done?
Damn, darn it, Kenny, you scared me half to death.
Serves you right.
Okay, you see that lady down there? That's Pauli Murray. And get this, she said she refused to give up her seat before Rosa Parks.
No, Rosa Parks was the first.
Not according to these women in here. And there were a few others too before Miss Rosa. Okay, and then, okay, you see this woman right here?
Which one?
The one second from the right. That's Joann Robinson.
Oh. What about her?
Well, she said she was with the bus boycotts too.
Get out of here. Really? Oh, I wonder why we never heard of them.
Oh, get with it, Miss Revolution. Okay, whatever. Anyway, they're in there talking about all kinds of groups they used to work with. Okay, let's see. There was NAACP, SC or something like SC and N, I don't really know. And then something like, I think there was another one, SLC.
Listen to you, keeping up with the lowdown.
Thank you.
It's SNCC. Say SNCC.
I know. SNCC.
That's right. Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. SCLC, Student Christian Leadership Conference. NAACP, National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. That's why I love my HBCU. I mean, the campus is filled with people standing up to the man for equal rights and African studies. We will shut the campus down.
I guess you were like falling asleep in class the day they were talking about these ladies.
All right, you got me on that one. Oh, but I do know that the woman I escorted in, Fannie Lou Hamer, now that's a real sister right there. I mean, she will get on that bullhorn and just blow you away.
Fannie Lou Hamer. Yes, I remember seeing someone on television. Oh, my parents said those groups were way too radical. He said they will go to jail because they are too pushy. You know what else my dad said? If I ever get up caught in something like that, he would snatch me right out of school.
Yeah, dig where you're coming from now. But my daddy said that the only way anything was ever going to change was to
And you know what, while we're at it, let's make sure we're registered to vote.
Wait a minute. That's only part of it, though. What about us as women?
What about us as women? You see those women there? It is a miracle they are still standing. And they didn't let anything stop them, did they?
And we're still struggling. Even now, it doesn't matter how much education we have, women still make less doing the same work and are still expected to just give everything up to stay home with the kids.
Okay, I guess you have a point there. I mean, but what's so wrong about being a stay-at-home mother and wife?
Well, nothing if that's what you want. Everything is wrong if other people decide for you.
Okay, well, I guess you get another point for that one. You know, I can actually relate to that. I mean, sometimes I think I want to have a family, and other times I think I want to have a career, and I don't know if I can have both, you know? It's just so complicated. I mean, we can be fighting one issue one day, and then like a whole other set of issues another day, all day long.
Yeah. Just think about the people that don't have the luxury of a choice. I mean, their fight starts at breakfast being worried about dinner.
You know what? You came out here and poured last time. I'm going out this time.
Y'all should have been there when I was arrested for the bus incident. I sure enough gave it to everybody. I'm surprised I didn't serve time for cussing out the officer of the law.
Now, I got you all, bitch. I made it all the way to international. I told the world how they were doing it down in Mississippi.
International news, y'all. That means everybody saw it, putting all them dingy drawers out on the line.
And once you start rocking that head, Fannie, I know you were in with it.
Well, look who's talking. I remember when you was with the SCLC.
Well, the men were trying to cut me short. What you expect me to do?
I mean, they thought you were too pushy, Ella.
Pushy. Now, who's any pushier than a man? They can't get through the day without telling somebody else what to do.
And then Ella over here has the nerve to think she could just start barking off orders at her. I know that didn't end well.
Oh, it did. That's why she left the SCLC to go and stick with them young folks.
Well, you know what? Y'all made me get up again.
We're in trouble.
Y'all got to understand something. See, if it wasn't for me, Ella Baker, it wasn't for me, there would not have been any Dr. King. There would not have been any Stokely Carmichael. Got to understand that. See, I work with the best of them, from W.B. Du Bois Clay on down to Thurgood Marshall. I mentored those children from SCLC, and I mentored those babies from SNCC. I got them started on their way. Now, I'm not a leader. I never said I was. But I'm definitely a facilitator.
Right. And let me guess, you found a few extra minutes in there to also start the civil rights movement?
And then see, now there's no way to get smart. Always somebody to get smart. Ain't it the truth, Joann, really? I'm trying to make a point here. See, I knew I would have a hard time from the bottom up. Number one, I'm not a man. All right?
Right.
And number two, I'm not a minister.
You're right. Those preachers did kind of take over, huh?
She was cracking up. Look at her.
Are you all right, darling?
Yes, I'm so sorry. Can I teach you ladies anything more?
Maybe later. You just cracking up. Something got to you.
Yes, it's just that you all remind me so much of my mother.
Now, see, y'all, I told you it wasn't just me. Also, Marsha, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, darling. I sure appreciate that. Yes.
Well, my mother is a school teacher, and I just remember how she was always fighting administrators to be respectful
respected as a woman and as a teacher and as a Negro. I mean, she always told my sister and I that we need to stand up against any form of discrimination.
Yeah.
Now, of course, she had a terrible time keeping her teaching position because she just wouldn't sit down, be quiet, and obey. I mean, even my pastor had to tell her to cool off sometimes.
Well, where is she tonight? She sounds just like us. I would love to meet her.
I know she would love to meet you ladies, but she and my father are vacationing in Sag Harbor.
Sag Harbor? Well, excuse me.
Cheers to that.
Where in the devil is that hall?
Child, it's up there in New York near the Hamptons. And let me tell you, ain't no poor folks roasted and toasted on that. No. So your mama got kicked out of church, huh?
Oh, no.
Oh.
No, nothing like that. It was just that, she started to think it was time for women to take on higher positions within the church. I mean, then we're taking charge at school, and my father takes charge at home, and we're taking charge at school and the church and everywhere, and I think she just kind of got tired of it all after a while, so.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, she didn't end up in jail, did she?
Oh, no. I'm sure she didn't.
No, okay.
You know, Marsha, I'm studying to be a priest.
No, say that again. I know my mother would love to meet you ladies.
Oh, I would love to meet her too. I know exactly where she's coming from.
Right, yes. Excuse me, ladies, I have to get back to the kitchen.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Yeah.
Back to business.
Yeah.
Now, we needed our men to keep anger under control. Okay, those church rallies got hot and people got pushy.
See, that's my point. Got the nerve to call me too pushy, too aggressive. Meanwhile, these men folks just get to walk all over on top of everybody. Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, but Daisy, you wear a man's shoes better than a man. I mean, you don't even ask. She just a man.
Damn right. And you know, I told a man,
Oh,
a white man, a white attorney.
Oh, and we all going to hell tonight.
To his face. And you know what, Fannie, we done already been there and back.
Okay.
Anyway, this man had the nerve to call me by my first name.
well, at least he didn't call you out your name.
No, but Paula, he may as well have. You see, bad enough that the school board lawyers were trying to invalidate the NAACP. Now some blue-eyed fool gonna come up in here calling me Daisy. He don't know me like that.
Oh my goodness. So what you say, Daisy?
What you think I told him, Ms. Ellen? I said, you have addressed me several times by my first name.
Yeah.
That is a privilege given only to my most intimate friends and my husband. You will refrain from calling me Daisy.
Daisy in front of everybody?
Oh, yes, I sure enough did. And then he said he wouldn't call me anything at all. And I told him that was sure enough fine with me.
It is a wonder you're still standing. Now, tell me this. Who got the biggest mouth up in here? Who's the best at telling old Mr. Charlie to go straight to hell?
I'd have to put my money on me.
That's a good one. But I have to put my money on the women from the bus boycott. I mean, they showed Mr. Charlie how they walked took money right out of his pockets.
Now that's hard to beat. That is hard to beat. But I tell you one thing, we had to pay the price because all of us, every one of us, was on Hoover's list.
Was?
Yeah.
Might still be.
Yeah.
Right along with Angela Davis.
Yeah.
She was the most wanted. We may not have been that deep, but we all went through something with Hoover in the game.
Yeah.
But Angela Davis, I actually hear she's free now, acquitted on all charges.
Yeah.
Ella, am I right in saying you had something to do with that?
Oh, well.
Yeah.
You know, I had said a little something there. But you know, I think her release had more to do with Charlene Mitchell. See, now Charlene Mitchell was the one who started this Free Angela campaign. She's the one that got the money going for her legal costs, you see. Now, I know I spoke on her behalf, but you know, I always got something to say. But I can't say that I got her out. You know, I was definitely on her side. Yes.
Angela Davis. Oh, I remember her. You know, they really gave her a run for her money. For a minute, I was afraid for her. She was caught up with something with the Communist Party, something with the Black Panthers, and someone had San Quentin.
I hate to do this, ladies. I really do.
What?
Who in the world is Charlotte Mitchell?
Who is Charlotte Mitchell?
You don't know who
No.
Joann.
Go on now. Charlene Mitchell. She's a civil rights activist just like the rest of us. As a matter of fact, she's the first woman, the very first woman to run for president back in '68.
Oh. Don't tell.
Yeah.
Well then, why is she not here with us?
Well, I don't know. Well, okay, you got to kind of know. Well, she's a member of the Communist Party. And so she ran on that third party ticket.
Another woman. That's probably why she's not here with us today.
Yeah, I guess that.
You know what? It is too complicated for me. Let's talk about something else. Okay. Y'all, they might have this room bugged.
This room.
Oh!
See, that's how they got us.
Yeah.
We can't get the story straight, and then we're too scared to talk about it.
That's because somebody could end up dead or have one hell of an accident.
Now ain't that black enough for you?
Well, they need to stop worrying about us and worry about them Watergate lies coming out. Now that's a complicated mess.
That is truly some complicated mess. That old Nixon telling lies all day long. You know, my nerve. You know what? He's the one that cut the funding for PBS.
And then, you know, that doesn't surprise me one bit. PBS was cutting it a bit too close. A little too much truth coming out.
Yes.
A little too much color on TV.
Yes. You telling the truth now. See, let me tell you this here. PBS was the station that brought the truth out. You cannot lead people until you get to know what they want, till you know what they need. And what we wanted and what we needed was the killing of a black mother's son to be just as important as the killing of a white mother's son. That's what we wanted in 1972. That's what PBS was bringing out. And that's what Nixon had to shut down. I'm telling the truth.
You better preach on with that amen to that.
That's right.
Nobody who pursues their ideals is without enemies. That's what I've been trying to say this entire evening.
That's right. You know?
Yes. You just can't help yourself.
Now don't start, Joann.
Okay. But organizations, and especially churches, I can agree, had no desire for women to lead in any capacity.
They wanted to hear us talk at all. Just say.
And cook their damn meals.
And obey them.
Obey, lead.
Oh, see, I refuse to be shut down like that. Now, y'all may not know this about me, but sometimes I can be a little hard to get along with. Well, you know, I'm not going to blow it. I got soft clothes on tonight. I'm not going to blow it up like that. But you know, I can get loud. You can hear me clear down the street if need be.
I'm sure.
But that's what those men didn't like. They didn't know what to do with me.
Sometimes we don't either, Miss Evans.
Oh, all right.
I was the only woman in Howard University Law School. While the men were dedicated to fighting oppression of Negroes, they saw no contradiction of oppressing women. That's when I came up with Jane Crow. Did you hear that?
Jane Crow.
That's from me.
Now, don't I know all about it? Did you know I was the only woman who spoke at the March on Washington with Dr. King? Oh, they haven't been hauled all about it, but I was determined to speak at that march, and I sure enough did.
Good that you made it to the microphone, Daisy. But that wasn't your speech, was it? Tell the truth.
You know, Pauli, you've been pushing my nerves this evening, but you know what? Since you must bring it up, no, I didn't write it. A man, a staffer, wrote the speech.
What? What all you got to say? Who got to put words in your mouth?
Now, Fannie, don't start. Pauli, how did you even know that?
I read it.
You read the speech, huh?
A tribute to women. Come on now. It talked about women standing behind the men in the movement. Now, what's wrong with that, sis?
Yeah, that'll give it away.
See that, Pauli? Daisy got Jane Crow. That's how that works. See, when they tried to do that to me, I left.
That's because you had no grass growing under your feet, Miss Ella. You were everywhere.
Trying to keep up with Fannie over here. You can't get anything done standing still, and the only way something's going to change is if we make it happen. Ain't that right, Fannie?
Yeah, that's what the men folks didn't like about it.
Well, I'm going to tell you, a lot of women don't like that either. We got a lot of potholes in our so-called sisterhood. You better believe it.
Negrohood, Negrohood, competition. It ruins everything. It's all complicated.
Indeed it is.
I'm so glad we're all not like that.
You need to stop. Hey, back to topic, ladies. Say it again. We cannot forget that our men made some powerful moves. Did we forget when they brought the priest and the rabbi to the Baptist church while we were trying to break the back of Jim Crow? Did we forget that they brought peaceful authority to thousands who were scared and afraid? I know we put our lives on the line every day, but so did they. Yeah, true. Can't argue that. But maybe, just maybe, it could have been a more powerful movement if the women had more on their side.
Well, yeah, but that might be too much for some men to process. But they're not trying to share power. No.
Well, we had to make this Mississippi tough.
And New York, right?
Well, now I heard about y'all down in New York. We was too hungry for all of that. We couldn't even argue straight.
Wow.
We was too busy trying to find food and stay out of jail. Y'all had food and money.
Don't believe that, Fannie. We didn't have much money either.
Well, you sure look like you did. You were a teacher, weren't you? Oh, well, you had more than me. Did the plantation sun ever tan your skin? Break a sweat across your brow? We didn't know nothing about hot baths or nice clothes.
Well, now, wait a minute. Now, there's a lot of people who were trying to get something to eat and get a hot bath in New York, Fannie. I mean, things were tough all over. And it still is.
No matter where you were, a black woman in America has no place to hide or rest. First, she battles in the streets, and then she battles at home. And if it's not the dirty schools, it's going to be the rotten landlords. It's going to be the people that she worked with. And then she has to come home, deal with her kids, scratch up dinner, deal with her man. No, man, it's no rest.
Ain't no rest for people who ain't free. That is a part of the struggle for freedom. And when you ain't free, you can't rest. And those of us who want freedom will not rest until that freedom comes.
Right,
come on.
Right. Well, Mississippi was the basement of hell. But at least y'all lived on a concrete plantation. And you had the right to vote. We were fighting for the right to vote for everybody. And we were told to take a step back and let the men come forward. No one wanted to hear from a woman who stood up and did no better.
Oh, if I hear that word obey one more time. All right, I hear you, I digress. Men folks didn't give me much of a problem, I guess. I was kind of in the background with them. But y'all know I was the president of the WPC, the Women's Political Council. So I rest my case.
Well, it's too many of y'all. What man wants to stand up to hundreds of marching, educated women? Y'all got loud mouths.
Just like the women that was out there tonight. See, they standing up and they're speaking out. They're not taking it no more. Ain't nobody having it no more.
Well, I must admit, there were times I was glad to see a face of a black man. Like when they beat me in jail.
Yeah.
Andrew Young made my baby.
I remember Andrew Young.
Andrew, y'all ugly kids there.
Oh, kiss them, really?
But let me can agree, there were some good men who had our dynamics.
Okay. I have to say, our men have their ways, but they're all, and they're all we have.
Yes.
We must speak out on how the white men have ruined our Negro women.
Oh, I can tell you how white men ran through my family.
Mr. Charles, ain't something? Well, I'm talking about forced sterilization. Many of our women went into the hospital to get a tumor or something removed and came home cleaned out.
Forced sterilization, you know, I heard a lot about that. And again, black women were expected to keep their mouths shut and quiet as it's kept. It is still going on today.
Lord have mercy. Why they gotta do women like that?
Control, Ellen. White people do not want the wrong type of white folks having kids, nor Negroes, because we might rise up.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me, and I never birthed a child.
And took them. During slavery, we couldn't breathe fast enough.
But see, that's when we could make them rich. And we couldn't vote. That's right.
Mississippi epidemic. Then they can have their way with you. And don't have to worry about making feet for socks. But you won't hear that on the news or hardly even talked about.
Since they're not talking about it, maybe we shouldn't either. Did I not tell y'all this book might be fun?
Joann, I hope they do have this room bug. Then I can tell them all to kiss my ass. Stealing motherhood. Stealing hope.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I guess I'm good. All right.
Baby girl, what you, Kendra? Is that your name? Kenya. Darling, what's on your mind? You look so sad. What's going on?
I'm so sorry. You just brought back some painful memories that I've been trying to forget. I don't know what it's all about.
Oh, sweetheart. I'm so, come on in over here with us. Speak your mind. What's on your mind, darling?
Yes.
It's okay. It's okay.
I have a hard-working, God-fearing, and loving mother. She adopted me as soon as I was born. My birth mother had too many children, and my adoptive mother couldn't have any because she was sterilized when she was a teenager. She became pregnant at 14 and went in for a doctor's visit, and then somehow she lost the baby and then couldn't have any more. And I'm fighting with these struggles. I mean, when I'm not mad, I'm sad, and I'll be damned if somebody else will have the last word over my body. I think about my birth mother and how we're never able to love one another because we're what? Poor, black, women. Try feeling like you want to hit somebody while still trying to keep it together just to make it through the day.
Eugenics. They did that to a lot of white folks too. But you know what's going to catch us the hardest?
It always hits us the hardest. Whole black and brown were purposely butchered.
I'm so sorry that happened to you, baby.
I'm so sorry.
You know, if a woman, black or white, has more than 2 children and she's not married, they will force her to have her tubes tied And get this, if she has a man, he better hit the road. Because if he sticks around, they will cut off her checks.
Why can't they just sterilize men? Well, they can have what, 1, 2, up to 3, 4 babies a year if she gets lucky with twins. Oh, but men, they can just donate all over town.
All day long. You see, Kenya, here is where frustration can just wear you out. We live in a country that says we're free. But in reality, we're not. See? And it's hard living with that kind of a lie without losing your mind.
Kenya, you're not the only one.
No.
Try living with flashbacks, people just ripping your part life.
Yes.
Ripping your life apart. You may get to just walk off scot-free.
That's right.
Trying living with stolen virginity by a man you hated and feared.
Kenya, try feeling like a man while stuck in a woman's body.
Excuse me, everybody, but CXY Television News is here. They want to interview you all about tonight. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I interrupt something? Kenya, what did I miss? Marsha. Would you? Here you go. Just come back in a couple minutes and stuff in that chat. Sure. Okay. Yeah, I will. I'll talk to them and I'll get back with you ladies later. Thank you.
Now, what's this about you being a man? Well, all the truth is coming out tonight. First communist, now this.
It's not something I talk about. I already know that I'm outlawed almost everywhere. My point is for you to understand it is a part of our collective struggle toward being fully human, including our sexuality. All my life I felt like a man. Then I look in the mirror and I see a woman. The disconnect is horrible, and there's no one to turn to.
That's deep. I mean, you just put a whole nother dimension on the grill. I don't think most people are ready for that.
Doctors called me crazy and locked me up. They called your mother simple-minded and just butchered her body. And police called Fannie a troublemaker and damn near killed her.
So what's it all about then?
Oh,
Look at what you all have done.
yeah.
What am I supposed to do? My future is doomed.
No, Kenya. No. My future was doomed. I had to plow through first one rejection and then another. We all did. Nobody would hire me as a lawyer, so I opened my own firm. I had to go clear across the West Coast to finish my education, and I did. I did.
Being a black woman in America ain't no stage journey. No. But it ain't a doom fate either.
It sure isn't. I thought it was over for me. When I came out of my home, the last safe place I thought I had left on earth, and saw they had burned a cross on my lawn. I had some serious concerns for my students. They had to walk through an angry mob just to get to class. But you know what? They did it, and they graduated. And now look at us here. Here we are,
Yes.
honored and celebrated.
That's right.
And one day, baby, you will be too.
Yes.
One thing you got to realize is that our suffering has always been ignored. We have always been ignored. But you get this straight, baby girl. You are not doomed. What you ever believed in. You're destined. You and your generation, you're destined to take this country to another level. And you can do it. You better do it.
Just don't let them kill you.
That's right.
Inside or out.
Excuse me, everybody. everybody, but the television people are here. They really want to talk to you.
Yes, thank you, Marsha. We'll be there.
Hey, Marsha, we're on our way.
You guys live up my girl.
Okay, you got that here. Where's my purse? Okay. Okay, I want to see these people. Now listen here, don't you let these people set you crazy. You just hold on there, girl. You'll be just fine. We'll be back in a minute.
Kenya, what were you all talking about in here? What's got you so upset?
They were talking about black rights, women's rights, and forced sterilization.
Wow. That got deep. I thought tonight was about celebrating. They done brought the entire revolution up in here.
That's what this is all about. I mean, they broke it down.
Honey, Kenya, I can't believe I missed that. I mean, while you were in here socializing, I was out there with the guests in the ballroom and the lobby and... I'm sorry. How heavy did it get?
Well, it made me think about my birth mother. How she couldn't keep me because she had too many children. Of course, got involved. And then my adopted mother, the best mother ever, couldn't have any children because she was sterilized when she was a teenager.
Kenya, I'm so sorry. I didn't know anything about that. I mean, how insensitive of these women to even bring up.
No, Marsha, it's cool. They couldn't have known. And see, that's the problem. I mean, how many women are having their womanhood ripped away from them in all kinds of ways, and then gotta keep quiet about it?
And how many women out there have fought the good fight just so we could have better lives, and we have no idea who they are.
Makes you mad, doesn't it? I mean, I didn't know that women were protesting segregated busing long before Rosa Parks, or that Miss Ella mentored our generation to be stronger and wiser and to challenge the power structure, right?
I mean, I didn't know that Joann Robinson was working the mimeograph machine during the bus boycott, or that Fannie Lou Hamer. Now, she was thrown in jail and beaten just shy of death. Why? Well, because the woman wanted to register to vote. I mean, seriously. And then on top of that, she had to have a tumor removed, and the doctors just cleaned her right out.
Trying to control our bodies, our minds, our families, just to wonder we can breathe our own damn air. Marsha? Anybody home?
And I'm here. I was just thinking about, like, how we're at this crossroads, right, of being black, being women, college students, strivers of middle class, I mean. We're wrapped up in all kinds of revolutions, and yet we are still stuck.
We're still stuck because we're not as free as we think we are. I mean, sure, we got free love until we become pregnant. Then we're on our own. We're free to buy a home anywhere we want to and risk a cross burning. And we're free to go to school and pay for a half-assed education.
Not that.
I'm not talking about accounting. You know what? Listen, Miss Bright and Bougie. Ask yourself, how much do you really know about African history, Black history, women's history, what urban renewal was all about? How much do you know about the law that is quietly at work to keep you in your place?
Well, I mean, not much, but that's what all these women here are doing tonight. They're just blowing our minds. And you know what, Kenya, even with everything that's going on around us, we still have choices.
Nope, I don't agree. Too many poor and hungry people trapped in ugly tenements.
Well, I mean, a lot of black folk have moved up. It's not going to all happen at once.
And a lot more haven't. It's too slow.
let's go back to an earlier question you asked. What about us as women? Well, look around. It is 1972. There are a lot of women's groups out there now demanding better jobs, better pay, better health care. I mean, I think most of the women I know now are on the pill, and look how long it took us just to get that far. A lot of people, including other women, had a lot of reasons for keeping us quiet and broke.
Yeah. With you there. It's like, we should have the right to choose whether or not we want to have a child. And I bet the ones that got the most to say about it are the worst ones going. But if we could just cool off those hot pants for a minute.
You wouldn't happen to be pro-abstinent, would you?
You're pushing it. But I am pro take care of you.
Well, yes. Look at that. Something we can both agree on. I 100% support the idea that women should be able to live according to their own terms.
Hell yeah. Oh, looks like the ladies are coming back.
Well, they did say they'd come back to say their goodbyes, so, fix your face.
Fix your face too.
What's wrong with my face? What's fussing?
Marsha.
Yes, Kenyon.
Thanks.
All right, come here. There you are, ladies. We just wanted to thank you for your first-class service tonight. It was our absolute pleasure serving you, ladies. How were the interviews?
You know, some of these reporters ask the dumbest question, asking us, oh, what more do black folks want?
He asked me that too. I told him how would he like it if half his money went to some raggedy kitchenette with no heat or hot water?
And how would you like it if you worked day and night and you still couldn't afford to get something to eat? The nearest grocery store is miles away, and you can't even get there. And I'm talking about food deserts, and that's potential.
I don't know what's in the water up here, but I don't want it.
Fannie, what they say to you?
Asking me, is it better in the north than down the road? I told him I gotta make it where I live. Ain't no place to hide. I take my chances in Mississippi over New York any day.
So what now? I mean, is the struggle really worth it? Are we really any better off?
You better believe you are. I'm supposed to get you in the voting mood.
And if it wasn't for me, Pauli, and Rosa, you still might be colored and riding in the back of the bus.
Or still in segregated schools, yes. My students are still shell-shocked from all they went through just to get to class.
Yes, indeed. It is what you got to know, yes. You too, Marsha. You're just one generation up from the sharecropper. We got you up from that place.
I'm so grateful for everything. But sometimes I just feel like we're moving in the wrong direction as a people.
What do you mean?
When people just kind of turning on each other, you know? Well, first our priority as a people was to rise up from segregation, to get out from underneath poverty and illiteracy, and when we do, some people just stop talking to each other. Now we gotta fight our own people over jealousy and backbiting. Go to school, baby. You get that education and you reach for the stars. Hey, don't forget where you come from. Oh, what, you're too good now? Move to the suburbs. Get away from those people. We gonna beat you up after school. We gonna throw lye in your face and cut your hair. Speak properly. Enunciate. Why do you talk white? I am sick of it.
Marsha, it's a lot.
Yes. I mean, look, I know our people too, okay? My parents ate oatmeal every night just to get through the day, just to get through their jobs, just to to get into school, just to have a life and to get away from our people so that I could keep my hair and my face in one piece. And he also wanted to move away from all the trash in the streets and the violence and all the drugs in our communities. I mean, hear me when I say this. It ain't always the white folks.
Damn, Marsha. You really been through that kind of hell?
Now you know.
Listen, you both been through your own episodes of hell as black women, as women in general, as humans. We all have.
Lord, I wish I didn't have to go. But let me tell you this. Don't let nobody put your lights out, black or white. Most people ain't worth the breath it takes to cuss them out, but call them out on their dirt. Don't matter who they are.
Joann, I remember you saying you was trying to start that boycott before Rosa Parks. Didn't nobody want to be part of it. Didn't want to hear it.
I tried to start that boycott, and listen, people didn't want to join me because they didn't want to stir up trouble, and they weren't white. Just because they're skin folk, don't mean they're kin folk.
Look at here, you two. You have to establish a platform. You gotta find something that you are passionate about, and then you gotta make it good and tight. Make it good and tight. And then you take that to the world. That's what's gonna keep you standing. And you gotta start with the hard-headed people first, because otherwise nothing's gonna happen.
You know, Kenya, that sounds like it'd be right up your alley.
I don't know, Marsha. You got some hot spots yourself. But if I could just get you in the front.
Stop it.
Oh, gosh. Let me get you one.
Listen, you're both young, gifted, and black.
Yeah.
Yes. I told it on the mountain. And we all done told it from jail.
That's right.
Now what you got to say?
Yeah, well, see, we got you from the dark ages of America till now.
Now what you gonna do for tomorrow?
All right.
You got to break the back of something.
You best believe when you're dead and gone, folks gonna talk about you. It's up to you what they gonna say.
Oh, I think I heard all right.
Oh, that's
all right. All right, let me get my jacket here in my bag.
We going to the airport. What? We going to the airport. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
ladies, this was so nice.
It's been
Keep your head up. Tell them all, fuss them out.
You keep your hand up,
Come on, Alan.
It's my knee, I'm telling you.
Wow. Those sisters fought their way out of the dungeons of America.